Some other news, Geneoscopy offers an FDA-approved colorectal cancer screening test called ColoSense. I sat down with its CEO, Andrew Barnell, to learn more about how it all came together. Let's take a look.
It was actually developed by my sister, who's our chief medical and chief science officer. She was getting her MD PhD at WashU in St. Louis, working in a microbiome lab. She developed a technology to extract human RNA from stool samples. We started a company together about 10 years ago. And then over that 8-year period, we took the technology and developed ColoSense and then launched it earlier this year.
What kind of clinical data was gathered to get FDA approval in 2024 for ColoSense?
Yeah, so it was a huge study. So we're a class 3 medical device. It's a PMA level submission. So we had to run an almost 9,000 patient pivotal clinical study and submit that to the FDA. We actually ran that study during COVID. So we had to use a decentralized clinical study design, which was one of the first of its kind. We didn't actually use the traditional site-based model. We engaged patients at home, sent a collection kit straight to their homes, allowed them to go to any GI provider they wanted, and then we gathered the data on the back end. But that took a number of years to run. We then submitted to the FDA, and as I mentioned, we're FDA approved last year.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What differentiates your test in this space?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a need for more tests overall. We have 44 million people that aren't screened for colorectal cancer, and that's the main reason why it's so deadly. About 2/3 of the time it's diagnosed in late stage simply because that person didn't get screened. So our test does a number of things very well. It's very accurate, including in younger individuals. We're seeing rising incidence and mortality. It's very easy to do, and we have a broad distribution network. So we think that will really help get more people screened.
Talk to me more about the ease of this test.
Yeah, so that's a big one. When it comes to an at-home test, compliance is huge. So one of the things we really wanted to do was make the test extremely easy. All you have to do is go, pour a buffer on the sample, put a top on and send it back. So we really think it's something that's going to drive compliance among patients who haven't been screened historically.
What have you learned in terms of physician feedback as the soft launch for your product is underway?
The feedback has been tremendous. We've been out in the market engaging with physicians and patients for a few months now. Demand has been strong. Physicians really like the ease of use for the patient. They like the ease of ordering. As I mentioned, they really like the clinical data. And so as we get into 2026, we look forward to more and more physicians ordering the test.
What more can you share about coverage for the test?
Absolutely. So a big part of this year has been getting coverage. We've been getting a number of Medicaid programs to cover the test. Commercial insurers have been covering. The next big milestone for us is Medicare coverage. Just about 3 months ago, CMS opened the national coverage determination for colorectal cancer screening, and we expect to have that completed in June of next year, which will be another big milestone to help drive the launch.
Is there anything else in the pipeline?
There is. So we are building this company not just to address colorectal cancer screening, but it's a platform for gastrointestinal health. So one of the really exciting things we're working on, which will be our next product, is a test that does therapeutic selection and monitoring for inflammatory bowel disease, which is Crohn's and ulcerative colitis. So that is a huge gap in the market, and we're looking forward to bringing a solution to help patients.
Mm-hmm. Talk to me more about your commercial partner and how the company can get to cash flow break even faster than perhaps traditional diagnostic firms.
So we have a commercial collaboration with LabCorp, the largest laboratory services provider in the country. So that's one of the things that's really going to provide differentiated access and reach for our test. We expect to launch that collaboration next year, which will really expand the access for ColoSense. And through that partnership, we do think a critical part of our our value proposition is having a differentiated path to break even. So that's something we expect to be able to do within a couple of years of launch.
What are your future capital plans?
Absolutely. So we raised a Series C earlier this year, which we were very excited about. We had a great group of investors come into the company. We have plenty of runway. We have several years of runway to continue to drive the adoption and the launch of ColoSense, but we definitely expect to come to the capital markets in the future. We're preparing to be a public company at some point, so hoping to be able to share more about that in the future.
All right, thanks again to Geneoscopy CEO Andrew Barnell for that interview.